Hi, good morning. Happy Sunday. Today is day 5 of my 100-day challenge. And today's theme or message is, what are your gifts and how are you using them to serve other people? So I just got done listening to church. It is Sunday. And real quick, I want to talk about that. I believe that it is so important to take a day of rest, and I usually take mine on Sunday. I think it's so important because for years and years and years, I would just go and go and go, and I wouldn't allow myself a day of rest. And maybe some days I would, not go as hard, but it was just like every day I was working and it was exhausting. And I think that day of rest is really, really important because it helps to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So if you're not taking a Sabbath or any time for yourself, like a whole day, I know in this world we like to go, and I am with you. I love, fast action, but that day, sometimes you got to slow down to speed up, right? And so taking that time for yourself is so very important, and it actually will rejuvenate you. And that brings me to another point. I used to struggle with sleeping for years and years and years again. And I was never able to, I always struggled with falling asleep. Once I was asleep, I would wake up, but I would go back to sleep quite easily. And I know that that is something that some of you are struggling with. I've heard there's a lot to, our minds are just constantly running right now. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot of anxiety and worries and stuff out in the world. And having this, I will say that this all is going to hit my point. So finally aligning with my purpose and taking action in that alignment helped me be able to work harder than I ever have in my whole entire life. It helped me to feel more purposeful. It helped me to have less anxiety. And with that, I was working so hard that day of rest is really important. It just helped me to overall focus on something that was bigger than just myself. And so that brings me to my point. So part of the sermon was about what are your gifts and how can you use them to serve other people? I know it's easy, especially when you're not feeling well, or you're feeling depressed or anxious, to just focus so intently on those struggles or on yourself or how you're not good enough. But first off, you are good enough. We are all made by design, purposefully, and everything that you have gone through has happened for a reason, so that you can share your pain, share your story with the world, and so that you can offer guidance, support, encouragement, whatever it is. Everything has happened for a reason for you. So you have gifts that only you can offer this world. And I would really encourage you to think about what those gifts are. And rather than just thinking about yourself and your pain, which I know it is easier said than done, but if you can focus on how you can give to other people, you're immediately going to start feeling good. When you give and when you serve other people, you just feel better about yourself. And that's part of taking that motion to get yourself out of that cycle. So if you're in a depressive or an anxiety cycle, it's easy to get stuck in that feeling. And you just have to take some sort of action to adjust out of that cycle. And so giving and serving is so good. It not only serves another person, but it serves you as well. It'll give you more peace. You'll be more in alignment with who you were created to be. Hopefully you'll sleep better because of those things. I know that was my experience. So what I'm saying is I want you to think, and maybe even comment in the comments, what is something that you are good at? And I know sometimes it can be hard to think of these things because it just comes natural to you. It comes so natural, so you don't even realize that it's something that you're good at. So for instance, something that I am good at is I'm very optimistic. And I think that is a gift and that is a strength. And another thing that is a gift from God is I have an energy or an essence that is warm and draws people in. And that is something that I had to do some reflection to realize, but that is a true thing. And it is a gift to God because people trust me even just off the bat. And, you know, it's really a blessing. I've had some really crazy experiences just because people who don't even know me trust me and open up to me. And so that is a gift that I have. So I would encourage you to think about what your gifts are. And I mean, there can be a huge range. Like it can be something as simple as you are good at sewing. And I don't mean to say that that's simple and that doesn't matter, because sewing is amazing. That is an amazing gift. You know, I know a lot of people will create different things like blankets or hats or whatever it is. And just by gifting that to somebody, it could bring a lot of happiness. So I want you to think about what your gifts are, what your strengths are. What are things that people always comment like, oh, you're so funny. That is a gift. How can you use those gifts to serve other people? How can you use your gifts to make the world a better place? And you don't have to think about it in a big, okay, I'm going to make the world a better place in this way. Like that can be kind of overwhelming. It starts with one small action, with one small interaction with one other person, right? Like you get confidence, you build on those small decisions, those small actions, but it starts by understanding, acknowledging, and owning your gifts, and then using them to serve and to help other people to make the world a better place. So think about what your gifts are. Comment what they are. I would love to hear what your gifts are. I think it's so amazing how everybody has different strengths and weaknesses and things that I'm like, I know nothing about that. I was talking to a friend last night and he is gifted at coding and taking a coding course. And I'm like, that is amazing. Like, I would love to have that gift and think of the impact that that will have. So I would love to hear what your gifts are. Comment in the comments below. And that's really all I have. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. It has been a gift for me to share all of this with you. So have a great rest of your day. I hope you take some time for yourself and just enjoy the day. I'll see you tomorrow.